Hey guys, how's it going? In this video, I'm going to be comparing these two 50mm Z mount lenses, the 50mm 1.8 S lens and the 50mm 1.2 S lens. Yes, they're both 50mm, but there's a big difference in price, in weight, in size, and in picture. I'll let you be the judge. I'm going to show you some sample images and we're going to have some fun, just in case you're wondering which one should you buy. Before we get into the sample images I took with both lenses, let's go over the characteristic features of each lens and the differences. Okay, so yes, they are both 50mm lenses. The 50-1.8 is a lot lighter, a lot smaller, easier to travel with, and it costs $629 US currently. The 50-1.2, as you could see, is a lot bigger, a lot heavier, 2.4 pounds, and it costs $2,100. The 50-1.8 takes 62mm filters in front. The 50-1.2 takes 82mm. So if you're wondering which lens you should buy, which one's right for you, there's obviously a big cost difference and size and weight difference. Is it really worth getting the 1.2 over the 1.8? Or you could save some money, just buy the 1.8. Well, we're going to go over all that. Hopefully this video helps you guys decide. Okay, so picking up the 50-1.8, the only ring that it has is a focus ring and one switch. However, when you come over to the 1.2, you get a huge focus ring and you also get a custom ring at the bottom here. It could be customized. You get an auto and manual switch, just like the 1.8 lens. But you also get a display button and a function button and a little display that displays your aperture setting and your focus settings. The 50-1.8 lens, the front element is smaller, is a lot smaller, and it scoops inward just slightly, whereas the 1.2 is a lot larger and its shape is the opposite of the 1.8 front element. The rear elements look like this, just in case you're wondering about how these two lenses right here. So as far as weight goes, yeah, the 50-1.2 is heavier than the 1.8. I'd say it's maybe double the weight of the 50-1.8. I could be wrong, but that's the way it feels to me. Like I said, travel wise, pack it in your bag, lighter, smaller, cheaper. The 1.8 is a really fantastic lens for the money. So now let's get into the lens hoods. The 50-1.8, a lot smaller lens hood, and the 50-1.2, here's what they look like with each hood attached to the lens. But does the 1.8 compete with the more expensive 1.2 lens? Well, we're gonna find out with some photo stills. I will be using identical cameras on each lens. We're using two Z6s. All right, so come with me. Let me show you some sample images right now. If you guys love cars, exotic, expensive cars, that's what we'll be covering today, taking sample images with these two lenses. Let's go. Hey guys, so all the camera info is on the right there in the Lightroom. I'll be using Lightroom to display the images. On the left, I'll show you the images of the 1.2 lens, and on the right, the 1.8 lens. I want to thank Rusnak, Rolls-Royce, Maserati, Bentley, and Porsche, my friends over at Rusnak Pasadena, for giving me all access to the amazing dealership. Check it out. All right, guys, so I'm just going to roll the images and let you guys see for yourselves, and I'll do some commentary as we go along. Amazing car. This is a new Maserati, $140,000 car. In this example, I'm shooting this image on the left, 1.2 at 1.2, and on the right at 1.8. Here's an amazing, awesome luxury Rolls-Royce here. 1.2 again on the left and 1.8. I'm shooting both lenses wide open so you could see the differences. In these examples, I'm shooting both wide open at 1.2 again. I want to crop in here so you guys could see the difference. The 1.2 is going to have more of a background blur, and that's to be expected here. 1.2 on the left with that lens, and on the right, the 1.8. Both lenses are sharp, and here in this example, the background blur, what do you guys think? What do you guys see? I'm going to shoot these next examples, both lenses at 1.8, so we can see if we tell a difference. If we shoot both at 1.8, I see that the f1.2 is a little bit cooler. I have the white balance set, both cameras at identical Kelvin temperature, but I'm getting a little bit of a different white balance reading. Is this the lens? 1.8 both lenses here. Now let me zoom into the right here, and you could see the background blur difference. Even if I'm doing at 1.8, it's a little bit more of a background blur with the 1.2 lens, even shot both at 1.8. Here we see 1.2 versus 1.8. Again, guys, the lens on the right is the $600 50 millimeter. The lens on the left is the more expensive $2,100 lens. The bokeh balls here in the back, 1.2 and 1.8. And yeah, I mean, the whole goal of this video is for you guys just to see the differences, you know, the spirit of ecstasy. That's what you call that Rolls-Royce logo, the emblem. Again, guys, I'm shooting both at 1.8, but the more expensive lens has a more pleasing background blur. Now here, shooting chrome, it's a good test for the lenses. You can see the car reflection in the back there and the reflection through the chrome. But shooting chrome is a good test. The spirit of ecstasy, Rolls-Royce. Again, if you need reference on my camera settings or the lens info, it's all up there left and right. So I am taking these pictures JPEG on NL, neutral picture profile, and straight out of the camera, no editing whatsoever. Again, these are JPEG, shooting with NL Nikon Z6 picture profile. And it's tough when doing these tests. You want to get the best results possible, but sometimes you know, you step 1 foot back, 1 foot forward, and you know. But I really was aware of where I was setting, where I was stepping, so I get the same distance, close to the same distance when shooting these shots. I'm using 2 different cameras, so I no need to switch lenses, and you know, just shoot one after the other, and it makes your job easier like that. And 2 identical Z6s again, so JPEGs. Interesting example here. I'm focusing right on that light as a chrome here. I'm seeing a little bit of purple fringing on both lenses, but that's to be expected shooting wide open. Here's a friend of mine. He's a sales associate here at Rolls-Royce. I actually photographed his wedding. His name's Ray. Really good guy. If you need Rolls-Royce, check him out. He's a really good dude, and he's a friend of mine, and I actually shot his wedding again. So here, zooming into his close, the quality of the lens. Both lenses doing a phenomenal job, and they're very, very close. The bokeh here, shot wide open, both lenses. Let's zoom in here to Ray's face and see the differences. Both lenses are very sharp, wide open. This is the magic of Z-mount lenses. You know, these lenses are phenomenal. Hey, Willie Chia, another friend of mine. He's the manager here at Rusnak Rolls-Royce, and he was actually my manager over at Mercedes when I used to sell cars decades ago. When I saw him, man, we both hugged, and you know, we remember the days. So good to see these guys, my friends here. So again, the white balance is a little different. I don't know if it's from the lens. I had the camera identical settings. I'm seeing that the f1.2 is a little cooler, a little on the cooler side. The f1.8 is a little on the warmer side. Here's a Porsche GT4 RS car. This thing is amazing. This car is really simply amazing car. And the background blur on the left. Again, you know, if you want a nice, smoother background blur, the 1.2 is the way to go, but the 1.8 is no slouch either. This example is shot at 2.8. I'm shooting this at 2.8, stop down just a little bit so we can get some more sharpness. I'm getting that reflection of the sun on the headlamp here. And 2.8, both lenses at 2.8, both doing a phenomenal job. Carbon fiber on this car. This car is just simply an amazing sports car. Okay, so stop down a little bit here. Both lenses close enough. I had 3.2 on the other lens and 2.8 on the 1.8. You could see the detail. I mean, look at the sharpness. Both lenses are just phenomenal. Look at the detail of the wheel. What are all those? Look at all that detail on the RS lens, and look at the brake pads. Look at the brake, the Porsche brakes. Just amazing. Look at the detail on the red there by the name. It's simply amazing the way this lens just renders. I mean, if you had special lighting here, and if you're doing an ad campaign for wheels or cars, you can really use this equipment. The Z6 is a 24 megapixel camera. So here's an example of how these lenses render background blur shot wide open. I'm focusing right on that 4 right there. This next example, sun flare. This shot wide open, both lenses 1.2 and 1.8 shooting directly into the sun and the trees. And then this next example, I stopped it all the way down to f16. Both lenses stopped down all the way to f16. That's how much you can close the aperture of both lenses. So you can see the differences you get from both. They're virtually identical when stopping both lenses down. I'll show you an example of that in this next one. But on this one, we're shooting again wide open on both and zooming into the house, the trees, and you know, you can tell a little bit of a difference in sharpness, but not much. They're doing a great job. Both lenses, like I said, if you're shooting something like this, you'll be okay with the 1.8 lens. I don't think you'd buy a 1.2 lens to shoot images like this of streets and houses. Now this is 5.6, both stop down to 5.6. This is like virtually identical, so I can't tell a difference. Can you zoom in here? Both 5.6. Let's zoom in a little closer. Can you tell a difference, guys, when stop down? You don't buy these lenses, I don't think, to shoot it stop down. You buy them to open them up, shoot them wide open. All right, guys, so my conclusion is, if money's no object and you need more light and you're shooting in low light and you like what the 1.2 can do for you and you don't mind the size and weight, then think about maybe investing $2,100 plus tax for the 50-1.2 lens. However, if the 1.8 is good enough for you, if you don't want to spend a lot of money, the best bang for the buck, the 50-1.8 certainly gets the job done and some. I think this is the best budget 50mm I've ever used ever. For $600, I mean, it's worth its weight in gold. Think about it. This lens right here is valued at 3.5 times more than this guy money wise. But is it 3.5 times more as far as picture quality? That's something that you need to decide as a photographer. If you're wondering about your clients, if your clients might think that this is not professional enough for your photo shoots, let me tell you something. That's the wrong way of going about it. I have a different definition of what professional really means. I use the 50-1.8 all the time for professional work. I use the 50-1.2 more now because I have it. So as a tribute to the new anticipated 85-1.2 video, I thought I would make this video before that lens is officially released. And in the future, I will be making those videos as well. So if you like videos like this, if this video helped you decide you like content like this, do me a favor, please like and subscribe to this channel. More videos, more comparisons on the way. And leave me a comment down below. Let me know if you have any further questions that I can answer deciding on these two lenses. I'll be more than happy to check those comments out. All right, guys. Well, I want to thank you guys for watching. This is Vahagraphy. I'm Vahagan, your rock and roll photographer. We will see you on the next video. Thank you and rock and roll. Hey, what's good, guys? Vahagan here from Vahagraphy. If you like more photography, rockin' content like this one, go ahead and check out the videos on the screen and subscribe to this channel for more exclusive content.